know why I'm not streaming this and you're not. So actually the Jaximus skin coming out from Jax while Swain is just plain old. He definitely got that skin advantage going on.
Yeah.
Like everybody knows, skins equal skill, so...
Of course, if you have a skin, you certainly want to show it off, and even if you bought a skin on a champion that you're no good with, then that skin automatically gives you 50% more credibility.
Yeah, I know, right.
In my personal experience, I actually bought Primal Ugia before I actually bought Ugia. That's life.
So I'm in the game now. Don't know about you, but I am.
I am not. Go ahead, do the introduction. Go for
And
it.
I'm actually gonna change you up because I got this Skype overlay which is really fucking me up.
Awesome.
And I see now I have something going right with... Let me change this, guys. I'm gonna put the text somewhere else because it's blocking all your shit. Let's put it just under there. Okay, this should be a little bit more convenient for the viewers, so they don't have rolling text in the bars now. Anyways, Jaximus is going towards actually the jungle brush just besides mid lane, just waiting there. I don't know why or what he's gonna do. Swain is just face checking the other person's tower. He doesn't find Jax there, so he just walks back, walks around a bit of mid. They both started with boats and three pots, something which has become really mainstream lately, not only for mid-top, but basically for any class, and even for some junglers. So yeah, I don't know.
Absolutely.
Might have to change that.
Now,
actually.
I'm not fully clued up on all random or mid rules, and I'm not sure if those wraith camps are actually allowed, but... Ooh, Tibs actually seeing Livide actually recall.
Okay, you're in. Great.
What with it being 1v1, I can understand that there will be a bit of action going on down the middle, and those jungle camps will of course be ready in case they need them.
Yeah, definitely. And Jack's putting the /laugh out there just to show how pleased he is with the first 30 seconds of free farm without Swain being there, because he has to recall, obviously.
So, the Swain player, Livide, decided to go with Decrepify as the first skill. That's what most people commonly refer to as the laser bird. Decrepify will be rather nice. It has a pretty good slow attached to it,
and there it goes
good damage over time, and that's a fair amount of poke damage onto Tibs already having to chug one of his three health pots.
Actually, Swain, when he recalled, he got another health pot. Maybe that's not that stupid.
That's a pretty interesting move, especially seeing as Swain doesn't exactly have the most sustainability pre-6. Those health pots will certainly help him outlast Jax's attempts at harassment.
Yeah, and even though he missed the first 30 seconds of the game, he's almost the same CS. He just wasn't ahead. Now he's one behind. So it's good. I think he definitely got something out of it.
Yeah. What with this being the upper bracket finals, both players have actually won all of their best of 3 matchups in the previous rounds to this. I believe they've had 4, maybe 5 rounds before this. And this will be the first time where one of them ends up losing. And that's a nice never move into Decrepify. Tibs actually jumping straight back in onto Livide. Livide having an ignite on him, having to flash away. That health bot won't do much sustain because of the ignite. And Tibs coming out on top on that engagement. Very nice indeed.
That was actually very, very smart. He got pokes under the tower, but he was just like, okay, you wasted all your skills now, and now I'm gonna hate you. And he just rampaged through that to him.
Actually going back in, never move, keeping him at bay. Will Livide be able to escape? Yes, he will. A never move, keeping Tibs at bay just long enough so that Livide could actually escape.
Out of mana.
Yeah.
Let's see, Tibs got 45 mana, which is enough for 1 leap, I guess. Yeah.
It's enough for an Empower, but not enough for a leap just yet.
Coming up now. The leap Empower combo is up now for Tibs. Well,
nice damage onto Livide, but Tibs trading rather nicely with those damage over times. Livide now certainly has the advantage. Tibs may think about recalling shortly.
This is where the fourth health pot came in. He had that extra health pot and he just regened and now is on top of this. And if he actually forces Tibs to go back, he can push this tower rather nicely. And Tibs is actually going back. Good harass, delaying that so he can push even more into the lane and hopefully getting some hits on that tower.
Yeah. So Tibs decided to go for a Doran's Blade first. An interesting move, seeing as a lot of Jax's damage comes from magic, so that lifesteal won't be benefiting from the majority of Jax's damage. Pre-nerf, Jax did a lot of damage with his Empower. But
he's actually going for a pot, do you see that?
I do
Jax
indeed, an Elixir of Fortitude I believe it's called.
This early, Elixir of Fortitude, really, that's 10 attack damage and about 160 health. He's just fully building for some health and some attack damage just to get that Empower off, I think, and hit him.
Actually, Tibs is going for red buff. This is quite an interesting move because aside from the counter-strike, Tibs doesn't actually have that amount of CC on Jax. If he lays down a pretty decent stun, then that red buff will keep Swain in place, and assuming that Jax doesn't get never moved, then Livide could be in a world of hurt. But Tibs actually took a fair amount of harassment from him.
Coming up from it, but Livide isn't really in a position to get attacked by Tibs. Oh, he's going in anyways. He's trading some damage off. But Tibs putting on the health pot straight away after one laser bird.
Indeed. Another laser bird and another Feathers of Doom. A lot of poke damage going down onto Tibs right now. That health pot was still actually acting at the time. Livide has now hit level 6.
Oh,
this could be a kill right now, and Ignite goes down, and Tibs...
Yeah, first blood.
Tibs can't do anything. First blood for Livide. Advantage for him right now. Of course, we're playing to the first 3 kills. We're playing to the first 3 kills, so that first blood certainly an advantage, along with that extra gold for it being the first kill of the game.
He got caught out by that lava move. All the dots went on straight afterwards. He tried to save himself with the what's that skill called again? I'm so bad at this game. As a counter strike, but it didn't work out for him. So probably because a lot of the dots were already on him, so you don't dodge that, I think.
Absolutely. Now Livide is actually poking down the tower a bit. Tibs actually under leveled by 2 right now, taking another laser bird and Feathers of Doom to the face.
That's doing damage.
Already down to half health, choking those health bars.
That's doing some real damage there. And if you look at minions now, it's 41 against 30 for Jax. Jax hasn't popped his pot though, so I think he wants to use it as a kind of surprise. If the fight goes even, he in the end can pop the health and actually surprise Livide a bit.
Yeah, that nice amount of health will actually surprise him, and Tibs actually going in on Livide. Stun does go down. Tibs popping his ultimate. Livide could turn into bird form any second right now. Tibs.
Oh, this might be a second. If he just had mana. Yeah,
Livide
and he actually used
away.
the health
Ignite goes down. Will Livide end up surviving this? He is chugging a health pot.
I don't think so. Oh!
So close.
Oh my god. Emma was actually like 27 HP left on Livide. 27 HP. If he didn't chuck that health pot, he was certainly dead.
Okay, and now it's actually Tibs' time to try and free farm right now. Gonna try and draw back the minion gap, and with that the gold gap as well. Though that would be quite a challenge, seeing as Swain is 400 gold ahead. Swain actually going with a Chalice of Harmony, quite a nice move, seeing as Swain is one of those champions that can dump his mana very easily.
He will definitely be going for the new Chalice later on. But I think with this move, buying this item so fast, I think he can actually lose some of his tankiness, which Swain has as an AP mage, which Swain has in contradiction to normal AP mages.
absolutely.
I would have expected the Rod of Ages coming out first, or at least the Cataclysm.
Yeah, but then again, this is a 1v1.
It is 1v1.
We can expect slightly odd builds, but then again, where is
Jack's
Tibs going?
Going for the blue.
He is actually going for a bit of jungle invasion. Very nice indeed. Not exactly the standard meta that we end up seeing in a 1v1. Normally you end up stopping your opponent before he can take down your tower.
Which he has to hurry to do right now, because Tibs is at his tower knocking on the door.
Yeah. I honestly think that getting these buffs may not be the best move for Tibs. He actually ended up jumping straight into that bird of laziness. That lead strike not actually breaking the tether. Jumping in on Livide again.
Oh,
nice
this might be it. This might be it.
The ultimate
Yes.
goes down. 2 for 0 for Livide right now. He is 1 kill away from getting the first kill. Sorry, first point in this set.
Tibs just didn't know what to do. All his summons are down, his health was down. It was either the kill or the tower, and now he actually loses both, which is kind of sad for Tibs in this game. I think he will definitely be going for the ban on Swain next game.
Certainly seems like it, and what makes this even better is that now Swain has a blue buff. He could hypothetically keep that ultimate up for as long as he needs to, and this could be the game right here. A big mini wave pushing down this turret. Livide also attacking it down. Turret's down to half health. Tibs has to jump straight in and do something about this mini wave, but a nice never move again, keeping Tibs in place.
And Jack's of Tibs, wait, actually going for another elixir. I don't know why. At this point, I think he could really save the money and buy some extra normal pots and save something up for a bigger item.
Absolutely.
Because with 2.3k earned, he got 2 Dorans and 2 times pots, of which none actually helped. So,
well, as all Jack's players do, noticing the possible end in the game, he ends up emote spamming. That is how you want to play the game.
It certainly is, and it also shows a bit of trolling towards the opponents. Trolling is a good thing, so I don't mind.
Of course it is. Livide actually pushing down this mini wave quite quickly. Could pop into bird form if needed. Tibbs getting harassed once again with both dots. And
he's gonna play this very casually. He's just gonna keep pressure on the lane. And that tower is at 30-40%. It will drop. Tibs has to go back now, or it's a kill and it's a win. Yeah, it's a kill. No, it's not.
This
actually
could be
it is.
There we have it.
It's 3-0. Right on the end, the last 6.
3-0, and there's the end of the game. Congrats to Livide picking up the first point in this game. Indeed.
So, yeah, so we're in the game, and actually quite a surprising start from Manivia, going cloth armor 5 pots to the Jarvan, who has boots and 3 pots just like last game. It's quite a lot defensive, I think, but it's not a bad choice. Certainly with the armor against Jarvan and the extra health pots in combination to Jarvan.
Well, against a champion like Anivia, you either want to go extremely all-out, I'm going to kill you, or extremely defensively, you're not going to stun me. It'll be interesting to see what type of strategy Tibs ends up going for against Anivia, but as you said earlier, her strategy revolves heavily around those early-level stuns with Flash Frost and that wall-off, and Jarvan's maneuverability may be able to counter that.
Yeah, it might be. Let me check. 365 movement speed. That's no runes, I think. That's just the normal standard Jarvan movement speed with the normal woods.
Certainly seems like that. Tibs and Livide both having a semi-dance party in the mid lane. Very comical indeed. Of course, Liv only needs to win this one game to progress to the overall finals. Tibs needs to win 2 more, or he'll be knocked down to the losers bracket to face up against Virelius.
One of the most feared of Vikings. He's actually not a Viking, but anyways. I call Nordic East Vikings, that's why I'm called Viking Shade in this one, so...
Okay.
And you don't
Fair play.
care. Okay,
Go ahead.
let's go.
You're not a techno Viking, are you?
I'm not a techno Viking.
Good, good.
Okay.
Okay.
I got
Early
approval.
farming certainly going in favour of Livide right now. That, I think just the fact that Liv has ranged auto attacks, it just gives him so much of an advantage in this early stage of the game. Those auto attacks actually do a fair amount of damage to each other. And Tibs trying to go around the side, but seeing as it's a 1v1, he's allowed to do that. There's no jungler that's going to come around from behind to completely gank him for overextending.
Or is it?
Yeah, it's a 1v1, there's no jungler.
Maybe the Wraith come to life and kill him.
That would be a super Wraith, and I'm glad I'm recording that. A good stun going down onto Tibs, and a Frostbite as well. There's the burst damage of
dropping
Anivia.
down to half health. This is the power of Anivia, and this is how she should be played. And it's actually her only way out against any champion, I think. I think Anivia's the kind of win all or lose all champion. If you hit those stunts, you're doing the damage and it's going on. But if you don't, it's going to be a tough job for you.
Absolutely. I think that Livide will end up either going for the complete burst down build or the I'm going to end up pushing down your tower style play. Just keeping those minion lanes pushed, just stopping Tibs from actually farming and turning into a threat as Jarvan.
I'm assuming the
Tibs actually going in. Tibs actually having a slight XP boost compared to Liv, and Liv now has expended all of his skills, actually having to back off, and Tibs coming out on top in that engagement.
Yeah, a little
Tibs
bit,
has actually spent in the experience department of the mastery tree.
Yeah, it was quite a good show off for Tibs there, but Livide got some really good damage in as well. And like I mentioned earlier, Livide got those 2 extra health pots and actually using one now. You can see the difference now, because they both used 3 health pots, but Jarvan is now out of health pots, while Anivia still has 2 plus her egg. Like that come up.
Anivia's egg is certainly going to be a tide changer in this game. Assuming that she doesn't get egged under tower, which is something that I've fallen for multiple times when playing as Anivia. It's not nice having a tower completely mash up an egg. But
stun
could be
down
worse.
Good stun.
Nice flash frost.
Immediate
Knock up
response
onto
though.
Livide actually being knocked down to a fairly low amount of health, but Tibs not wanting to go in because of the tower, of course, and the lack of mana.
So not a health bot used for Anivia. Well, Tibs, yeah, like I mentioned before, doesn't have any left, so he will probably be looking for pushing his lane now and then going back to buy some new stuff. And he actually is going to do that now.
Absolutely. Tibs currently sitting on 820 gold. That's probably a Doran's
It's going to be in
blade.
Doran's ring. Blade, yeah, sorry. Fuck. Ring.
Okay, there's the Doran's blade. We
And
expect him to go in Elixir, possibly a sight ward. Now that is odd. There's not much point for a sight ward in a 1v1, if I'm being perfectly honest.
He could ward like the blue, opponent blue, but I don't know what he's up to.
At the moment, Liv hasn't actually left the lane to go and get a buff, as of yet in this tournament.
True. It might be another waste of money in the end, because, yeah, okay, you can ward, but it has to be really specific for 1v1.
Absolutely. And it's not like Tibs decided to take teleport as well, so he can't exactly teleport to that ward. He doesn't have a skill that can warp to that ward either, such as your Lee Sin Safeguard, your Jack's Leap Strike, your Katarina Shoppo.
Immediate engagement for Tibs, and actually Livide missing this then.
Tibs actually in quite a strong position right now. He does have his ultimate before Anivia, but now Anivia has hers, and a fairly nice mana pool to try and use it.
Yeah, probably Nivea's going for the Cataclysm. She bought the Sapphire Crystal and some boots in advance, and probably next to go back we'll see that crystal coming up.
Absolutely. Nivea is one of those exceptionally mana-hungry champions. It seems like Liv just really quite like playing those mana-hungry champions, although then again I have only seen him play 2 games.
We'll get to see another game from him tonight, probably. If it's going to be tonight, I don't know how long these games will take, but the planning is
we'll get to see both of these champions again. One of them we'll see next time round in the losers bracket final. The other one we'll see in the overall finals.
And maybe both in the overall finals again.
Indeed.
It could happen. It just
nice
could
stun
happen.
onto Tibs and a good flash frost as well with an auto attack. Nice amount of burst damage onto Tibs.
That
Liv is
frostbite
actually level 7
setting
right
at
now.
level 4 already. Maxed it out first. And actually doing some 300-ish damage
loads of damage
right
onto
away.
Tibs. Ignite goes down as well. Liv actually flashing
And
first
first
blood.
blood.
There we have it.
All
Very
the mana spells, all the summoner spells, but he got that first blood. That 400 extra gold, plus the free farming and tower pushing possibilities.
This is
That's a huge
definite
deal for
advantage
Anivia.
for Livide right now. As soon as this tower's pushed, as soon as Tibs has actually respawned, Livide can recall, get a good item or two, and then come back into lane as a dominant presence.
This is a huge amount of damage on that tower. Actually, second wave coming in right now.
It doesn't look like the tower's actually going to go down. Liv is pushing the lane a little bit, but
Not going man.
that tower will be reduced to a good 220 health.
Yeah.
I suppose this is where Heimerdinger would actually be a good champion, because you can stand next to your tower and heal it.
Yeah, that's true, but I don't know. I don't think he would go this far against Jarvan.
I've just got a bit of Heimerdinger love right now.
Oh,
Tibs actually jumping in on Livide right there, and taking a tower hit to boot as well. So, Livide is back in base, and has bought a chain vest.
okay, that's different. It's definitely good against Jarvan, no doubt.
Yeah. It's certainly a counter-picking item right there. Getting a lot of armor against Jarvan, a predominantly AD champion, makes complete sense. And it could compensate for when Anivia gets egged. Anivia, of course, loses some magic resist and armor when she gets egged, so having a fair amount of armor would make her tanky even in egg form.
Yeah, in the beginning she definitely does. I think the armor reduction actually gets negated in the end, but that's like high level. Not sure about this though. It's like you said, definitely a counter-picking item, even though she. Oh, nice stun!
Nice stun
going
onto
down.
tower. Nice wall as well. Tibs actually taking a lot of damage. Liv is giving chase.
A lot of damage.
She will have cooldowns. A nice flash frost.
Whew.
She's not going to follow
That's
up.
close. That's really close.
Exceptionally close. One more tower hit would have secured it. A flash frost over the wall would have secured it.
The tower's going down now, probably. Would like
This could be the opportunity that Liv needs to push down that first tower and be ahead in both objectives of this game.
It was kind of foolish from Tibs to get caught out there with the stun under the tower. I mean, he knows, and if he got that stun, and when he's at that close range, Livide isn't gonna miss him. So the tower probably will be pushed now. I don't know for certain. Nope, still
It's actually going back
100-ish
in on
health.
Livide.
Good stun.
Livide
Ultimate
actually
coming up from
mastering.
Tibs. Livide, good wall,
nice
good
wall.
wall. That wall was
Just
so
creating
good.
that separation between Livide and Tibs while that Demacia is down. Really nice wall, and it gives Livide the opportunity to go back, buy up some items, get a good mana hole back, and he'll be fine.
He actually only bought pots.
To be honest, that does actually make sense. He does need those 4 mana pots to stay mana healthy in lane.
Yes, definitely. What's the possibility, in your opinion, that he's going for the what's it called, the chainmail? I've played too much of it. The Thor mail, yeah.
Honestly, I don't think it's that likely.
He got the 2 items, and it's definitely a good item against an only AD.
It is a good item, but I think that it's partially overrated. I mean, granted, a Thornmail
It's
would
underrated.
shut down quite a bit of Tibs, but
It's quite underrated, actually. I haven't seen a Thornmail in normal games for ages.
yeah. There's granted, my competitive gaming experience has been leveling an account to 30, but I found that people always got, well, I say people always got, when people got Thornmail, they expected it to do more than it actually did. The armor amount is nice, don't get me wrong, but I just don't think that the reflected damage is quite as useful. I mean, granted, I have got a kill as Rammus with that reflected damage on a gangplank. That was one of my proudest moments of my life, but I just think that with the current item setup, with 2 types of armor, I don't know if Guardian's Angel is disallowed or not, but that could certainly help out, giving Anivia 2 lives and an egg to play with. A nice flash frost onto Tibs, actually stunning him as well. Second tower being pushed down, and Tibs needs to make something happen if he doesn't want this tower down.
Tower dropping, actually. 1,000 health left now.
Tibs actually
Tibs
jumping in,
going
straight past that flash frost. Tibs, ignite on, auto attack's going down.
out.
Tibs will end up surviving this, the ignite not quite doing enough. Recalling on 30 HP. And Livide is back to being mana starved. Minions are once again pushing down this tower just above half health, and Tibs needs to pull out something amazing if he wants to end up winning this one.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry for my AFK, just wanting to make sure something was right about here. But it's definitely right. Livide is again in a really good position. Pushed that first tower, got that first kill, got a good 400 gold advantage. It's been really good for him the entire game.
Absolutely. And it does look like Jarvan has been able to defend this minion wave with relative success. Minions wise, it is in favour of Jarvan, but that first blood has turned Livide into a relatively unstoppable force. And I like what Livide has done with this. He's actually going for a frozen heart. That is a really good item on Anivia. She'll end up having this insane mana pool with that plus 500 that she ends up getting. The 99 armor is almost as good as Thornmail, but it is a very nice item indeed. And that auto attack decrease, that debuff that Tibs gets when he ends up attacking, very nice. Tibs actually taking a lot of harassment from the ultimate of Anivia.
And from the tower, for that matter.
Indeed.
But don't forget the cooldown reduction as well, which is really good in Nivea.
Down goes Demacia.
Everything going down.
Ignite onto Livide once again.
Good wall once again.
Keeping him back.
He's just such a hero with these walls, and I think actually he got Axe still up, so even if he dies, it's only gonna be the Ag.
Yeah.
And
if Tibs ends up diving onto tower to try and make it happen. Ooh, a nice amount of damage on Flash Frost. Tibs actually reduced to 300 health right now. Livide popping those mana pots, gonna try and make something happen. Actually going in onto Livide right now.
Oh,
Tibs
this could be it for Tibs.
For it.
Second kill, yes!
There we have it.
Second kill going on. It may even be the game if he starts pushing this.
2-0 for Livide.
26 seconds,
towers.
yeah, it should be the game. This should be the game for Livide.
Yeah.
Which
as
means he's going to win the upper bracket finals.
He'll have another minion wave behind him. It looks like tower down and GG.
10 seconds, still on a cool respawn timer. Yeah, this is going to be it for Livide. Just auto attacking the turret with 2 waves of minions around him. This is going to be it. Jarvan's up back now, but he still has to walk. No, nothing up. And GG being called.
There we have it. GG.
It's the GG.
Congrats to Livide. Well done to him for beating Tibs in the upper bracket finals of the 1v1 tournament.